Graviola.
Okay, let me. Sour stop. Did you said?
Sour stop or Graviola.
I'm having trouble understanding that.
Sour stop. SOURSOP.
Sour sop.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can find it. It's not something we normally have, but it's not. That doesn't mean that we can't get it.
Do you know anything about that herb?
I can give you some information on here in a minute. Let me get up on my website, okay, and take a look.
Okay.
All right, just stay with me, and we'll take a look and see what sour sop is.
Yeah, sour sop.
Okay, we can do that. Sour sop. Stay with me here. We're going to do this. SOURSOP. Sour sop.
Yeah, sour sop.
Yeah, okay. Here's sour sop juice and sour sop fruit and sour sop plant. What are you interested in?
Do you know if kids can take the plant? I have the tea, and I want to know if kids can drink the tea.
Well, that means you're getting the plant. If you're drinking it, because that's probably what it's going to say on there, that this is from the whole plant. And okay, let's just a moment here. Whoop.
Okay. I have a daughter. She's sick. I think she had like a cold. And she's real sick from a cold, and so I'm thinking they said it was for a cold. So I wanted to see if she can take it. But she's young, 28.
Yeah, it looks like it because it's the fruit of a broadleaf flowering evergreen tree. It's native to Mexico and Cuba and Central America and the Caribbean and South America and Colombia, Brazil, Peru, Venezuela. So it goes clear up to the some areas of the Southeast Asia and Pacific Islands, and the Philippines and Manila. So it's in the same genus of the Cherimoya and the same family as the pawpaw. Let's take a look at its activities here. Let's make sure that its cultivation and uses.
Okay.
Let's take a look at that. Okay. The health information in it is that this tea is high in carbohydrates, particularly fructose, and the fruit also contains significant amounts of vitamin C, B1 and B2, and the fruit and the seeds and the leaves have a number of herbal medicinal uses among the indigenous peoples of those regions where the plant is common. And let's take a look here. According to cancer research, Annona muricata is an active principle in an unlicensed herbal remedy marketed under the brand name Triamazon. And Triamazon is not licensed for medical use in the sale of the product, so they're having some problems with it. But there's evidence that the fruits selectively inhibit the growth of human breast cancer cells by down-regulating the expression of the epidermal growth factor receptor and in vitro in a mouse model, but the effect has not been studied on humans. So there's some cancer suggestion here that it's active against cancer, breast cancer, but it certainly has a great deal of healthy things in it, and I see nowhere where there's any contraindication that the tea would be harmful. So we're talking about a cold or a flu, or what's going on with this person?
It seems like she threw up a little bit, but she's running, her neck is a little raw. I feel like a cold. You know, her temperature is a little high.
Mm-hmm.
A little strep throat, and she's throwing up a little.
Uh-huh. Well, are you giving her lots of fluid, getting her to drink water? Or?
I am now that, because she came home from school and then she wasn't feeling well.
Okay, make sure she's getting fluids. Maybe a little ginger would settle her stomach down if you have some ginger.
Your phone's going in and out.
What? I'm sorry.
I'm having a hard time hearing you. Your phone's going in and out.
Okay, let me see if this is. Let's see if this is going to be a little bit better. Okay, let me adjust my mic.
Do you have an email?
Yes, I do have an email. Is this sounding a little bit better now?
Yeah, it's a little bit better.
Okay. Well, all right. So with a cold and the flu, we want to make sure that she's getting plenty of fluids, and that she's maybe getting some ginger. We'll find out if it, ginger doesn't agree with everybody, but it agrees with most people. So what we want to do is we want to look at something that's for nausea, and so that's why for nausea we would be because that's what she's going through at this point. And if you used catnip, the herb catnip, that relaxes the stomach. Peppermint helps to settle the stomach. A little bit of cinnamon and ginger and alfalfa and a little bit of lobelia is our nausea relief herbal tincture that would help to get rid of the nausea that she's going through right now. And we want to watch her real close, but there is a colds flu formula that is a good thing to have around. It's a very difficult formula to make. It's called number 1025, Colds Flu Virus Be Gone. But let me give you that number on that nausea formula before I lose that. The nausea relief formula that I just gave you is nausea relief number 1066A. That's nausea relief, and those are herbal tinctures that are good to have around when kids have nausea and their upset stomach. To have a little bottle of that around would be good. But that colds and flu remedy, that is something that would be a good thing to get in an 8 or a 16-ounce bottle and keep that around, because it's raw apple cider vinegar, vegetable glycerin, raw honey, and garlic, and slippery elm bark, and wormwood, and marshmallow root, white oak bark, black walnut hulls, mullein, skullcap, uva ursi, and a little bit of lobelia. That will get rid of the cold and flu symptoms. If you can, the faster you can get that down someone when they're coming down with a cold and a flu, this will help to fight it off. And if she's not responding, just be sure and get a diagnosis. We want to make sure that there's nothing that's going on there that could be complicated. So if she's if she starts to respond and she's feeling better, fine. And don't let her eat any heavy foods. Even if she starts feeling better, even if she does, be sure and if she's feeling better, just be sure to make sure that she's not eating heavy foods. No meat.
Okay.
Make sure she's getting some soup, maybe some chicken soup with lots of garlic in it. A little bit of cayenne will be a stimulant and make her feel better. So, and even if in that soup, chicken soup, you could put some garlic and some ginger in that soup, and help get fluids like that down. Or keep her. You just help her go. Get her into bed and keep fluids going through her, and watch her temperature. And if she starts to get worse, then we need to make sure she's getting some help. Otherwise, if she starts to improve, then we're on the right track.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. God bless you.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Bye for now.
Oh.
Oops. I guess I lost her there. But anyway, there it is. So much for soursop. If it's available and you've got it, great. It's an interesting herb, and it's certainly got something really interesting going about it. Graviola is another Graviola soursop. Now that's an anti-cancer fighter right there. So yeah, Graviola. So those are some good things to know about. Now let's see what else is going on here. By the way, we just went live bang because we were helping someone. We want to make sure you got in on it and see us in action, doing what we do. So interesting. Scientific name of soursop. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. So now, my name is Truman Burst. I'm a master herbalist, chartered herbalist, master herbologist, graduate ethnobotanist, and phytotherapist with 51 years of experience of helping people with natural remedies. And that's what I'm doing here. And we just helped somebody who called in, because people call me from all over the world. I never charge. I know how do I make it? Well, I'm a pastor, and I believe it's my Christian duty to help people. Now the herbs and so forth, hopefully they'll buy some of the herbs from our church outreach, Health and Herbs in Albany, Oregon. They're there to make sure you get all of these herbs, and if you're the elderly or if you're the poor, let us know. We give deep discounts and help people as much as possible because we are a nonprofit, and we want to help you to better health, and that's what we're doing here. So if you like more information about natural health, be sure and visit Health and Herbs in Albany, Oregon. Their website, healthherbs.com. Health Herbs, HEALTHHERBS.com. Healthherbs.com. Be sure and visit their massive website that has all kinds of information on it. I mean, I have been putting information into that website, as soon as websites became available 20 years ago. That's when I started. So there's a lot of information in that website. A lot of free audio programs, free condition reports, lots of products, lots of information about them so that you can make decisions as to what nutritional products that could be helpful to you and that you might want to know about. So that's why we do that. Well, let's get out of soursop here. Wow, very interesting. Annona muricata. Yes, soursop. Soursop. Graviola. Okay. Graviola. Well, okay, we gotta move on now. Graviola. That's another herb for cancer that is one you can't say it's good for cancer, but if you've got cancer, you probably want to know about a nice herb called Graviola. 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 So, and it's popular. It is popular. Let's look at Graviola extract. Wait a minute. Uses and side effects. Okay, because that just kind of came up. By the way, if you'd like to call me like that lady just did and ask a question live right now, Truman@healthherbs.com is my email. I'll check my email. Truman, Truman, at healthherbs.com, and call me 541-981-2520. We've lines open for you right now to call. And I can answer that in a different fashion where it won't come through here. We had a little mic feedback problem there, but as soon as I adjusted my microphone, it worked just fine. So yeah, Annona chura mola. Okay, evergreen leaves, fruits, seeds, and stem are used to make medicine. Okay, so it's a medicinal plant. In foods, Graviola is used in cooking and beverages, and and that's all they're going to say about it, huh? Okay. Wow. That's restricted use. Okay. Uses, side effects. Okay, let's take a look at the uses. Okay, the uses of Graviola. Graviola, there is evidence that some of the chemicals in Graviola may keep cancer cells from removing anti-cancer drugs. This may help the drugs work better, and some chemicals in Graviola may also kill cancer cells directly. Okay, it's used for bacterial infections, parasitic infections, coughs, inflammation of the nose and throat. It's used when there's herpes. Graviola is used when there's an infection caused by sand fleas, leishmaniasis, and Graviola causes relaxation. Graviola causes vomiting, so you have to be very cautious with the Graviola and start with very low doses to make certain we're not causing anyone to vomit unless you're trying to make them vomit. If there's asthma, sometimes we clean out the asthma with some Lobelia, some peppermint or cayenne, and then some Lobelia tincture, and until they are coughing up and vomiting up all of this junk that's stuck in there and causing the asthma. It's just caked on in there. Well, and the asthma and you got inhalers and everything else to try to breathe. Well, this just gets it out in a lump sum. And so you're taking the peppermint or cayenne pepper as a stimulant, so that when they're retching and getting that asthma out of the body, that they're not sore afterwards because of the peppermint or the cayenne. So, and then they take the Lobelia and they vomit all this asthma out of their body. So that's a drastic method, but that is one that herbalists have said works. That's one of the techniques that Dr. Christopher used and spoke about, yes. This is also, Graviola is also, now we're going to get back to Graviola. Graviola is also used to empty the bowels. The bowels, if there's constipation, this is going to make them, it's going to clean out the digestive tract. Graviola. So there's probably, and there's other conditions as well that it is valuable in. So that's a little bit about Graviola. Sour sop, okay, there's another name for this. It's one of the names. Now let's get back to sour sop and look at that one more time, okay? Because I want to take a little closer look at that. Graviola was it. That's an interesting herb that gets people don't. They're not looking at Graviola as often as they used to, but sour sop. Let's take a look at this because sour sop. Other names of sour sop is guanabana, that's Spanish, and Graviola, that's Portuguese, and corosol, that's French, Sorsaca, Papapiamento, and Aduno, and Ocholi, and Brazilian pawpaw. So, got a lot of names for sour sop. Okay. Herbal tea time. Oh, yes. Let's move through here now, because let's take a look at what the government is doing. Okay. Government releases report to justify FDA pre-approval of supplement claims. Okay. So, and this report, and this is October 9, this is today. Okay. This is up-to-date news, what's going on with our government, which is making a big mistake by having the bully police of the pharmaceutical industry be a part of our government. They're bully boys. The pharmaceutical industry's bully boys are the FDA and the DOJ, and they carry guns, badges, and they're mean. Yeah. And they're threatening and harassing to get you to do something, you know, things they tried to get me to sign a paper that health food is drugs, and I won't do it. And I need you to stand up for me because I got legal expenses and I could use some help. Please, a donation would be in order to save supplements and people like me that help people at no charge for 51 years, and I'm still doing it, but not much longer unless I get a few donations, please, for my legal fund. My legal person is pawing at the ground saying, hey, I have expenses too, anybody who does a labor, they should get some compensation for that labor, and he's helping us to fight our case, to fight the FDA. So, he deserves to be paid. So do I, but I take a lot less than he does. So he's expensive, those attorneys. But anyway, we need your help, because what's going on is the government releases a report to justify the FDA pre-approval of supplement claims. They say, the government's report says that the stakeholders have raised concerns about these claims that health food people are making, that these herbs are good for you and these vitamins and supplements have value, and the stakeholders possibly, could they be members of the pharmaceutical industry? The Office of Inspector General, OIG, of the Department of Health and Human Services, parent agency of the FDA, will have That's a good thing to know. The Office of the Inspector General is the parental agency of the FDA. That's a good thing to know, because they ought to go whoop that child, the FDA. The Office of the Inspector General should get right on over to that FDA and give them a whooping, because they deserve it. Because the FDA, because now this Inspector General that is the driver of the FDA and the parent agency of the FDA has released a report called Dietary Supplements Structure/Function Claims Fail to Meet Federal Requirements. So our structure, functions, and claims fail to meet federal requirements. Well, their federal requirements are don't make any claims. So, right, we fail to meet them when we say an apple is good for your stomach. That failed to meet them right there, because you just said an apple is good for their stomach. That makes it a drug, according to these idiots, these imbeciles. Yes, the FDA. These people are evil as hell, and because that's what they're doing. And then they're doing it as though they're totally dedicated to being stupid, and totally dedicated to getting away with it too. Like a bad child. The FDA is like a very evil, bad child in our government. So the word in Washington is that it is a naked attempt to support new legislation that would require FDA pre-approval of all structure function claims, which food and supplement producers are legally allowed to make. We don't need them to be in charge of that. We are not having a problem with that. We are having a problem with drugs that are killing people, making people sick. Every time you turn on the TV, this attorney firm and that attorney firm is telling you that drug and that drug did this and that, and join our lawsuit and for all the bad things they've done. Yes, that's happening. And the FDA turns a blind eye to that, and eventually takes some of these murderous pharmaceutical drugs off the market after they. But if a health food did any of those kinds of things to anybody, we'd be closed down in a New York minute. Okay, so totally, the FDA is the most biased, prejudiced, evil part of our government. It's vile and disgusting. So we are legally allowed to make structure and function claims, but now according to what that means, is dietary supplements, structure, function claims have historically appeared on the labels of conventional foods and dietary supplements, as well as drugs. We've always, put structure, function claims. However, the Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act of 1994, the DSHEA, established some special regulatory procedure for such claims for dietary supplement labels. So that's where we have the 1994 DSHEA, structure and function. That's when that's when it came to being. Structure and function claims describe the role of a nutrient or a dietary ingredient intended to affect normal structure or function in humans. For example, calcium builds strong bones. In addition, they may characterize the means by which a nutrient or a dietary ingredient acts to maintain such structure or function. For example, fiber maintains bowel regularity, or antioxidants maintain cell integrity, or they may describe general well-being from consumption of a nutrient or a dietary ingredient. Structure/function claims may also describe a benefit related to a nutrient deficiency disease like vitamin C and scurvy, as long as the statement also tells how widespread such a disease is in the United States. The manufacturer is responsible for ensuring the accuracy and truthfulness of these claims. They are not pre-approved by FDA, but must be truthful and not misleading. If a dietary supplement label includes such a claim, it must state in a disclaimer that the FDA has not evaluated the claim, which is on every one of our products and every one of our websites. We are doing all these. We are following the rules. They don't care. They are vicious animals that are coming after us anyway. And they've sued me. I've lost my home, and I need some help to pay my attorneys. The disclaimer must also, when you have a disclaimer on your website and on your products, the disclaimer must also state that the dietary supplement product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease, because only a drug can legally make such a claim. Is that baloney? Only a drug can claim to diagnose, treat, or cure, or prevent any disease, although man has been doing it since the beginning of time with herbs and foods. The FDA says no. The pharmaceutical industry will now tell you what you'll eat and what you won't, and what you can tell people. That's ridiculous. They are that's freedom of speech, and there isn't any. It's a damn lie. There's no freedom of speech, and so because I'm doing all those things, I'm putting right on my label. We don't diagnose, treat, or cure or prevent any disease. I say it on my broadcasts. I'm not here doing that. I'm here talking about natural remedies and the historical traditional information. I'm reading accurate reports and timely reports, such as this one as of today. Now, let's take this a little step further here. Further information regarding structure function claims can be found in the FDA's January 9, 2002 Structure/Function Claims Small Entity Compliance Guide. Okay, so there's a compliance guide, which means you can't say anything. Because we got into that, now we're digging deep. And we got to keep sipping here. It's very difficult to operate in such a ridiculous scenario. They will try to help people, but you can't tell them that ginger is good for your stomach. You know, makes it a drug, because there's nothing supposed to be good for you unless they say so, and they don't say so. Oh boy. So anyway, so there's manufacturers of dietary supplements that make structure function claims on labels or in labeling must submit a notification to the FDA no later than 30 days after marketing the dietary supplement that includes the text of the structure function claim. So now they're saying that manufacturers of dietary supplements that make structure that tell you what it is, they have to submit a notification to the FDA that they're doing it no later than 30 days after marketing the diet, and then the FDA is going to come back and say don't do it and take your product off the market. That's what they do. They don't say, "Oh, okay, thanks for the notification that we're structure and claim." They simply say, "You can't do that. Bye. Go take that product off the market now." So, anyway, that's a little bit of information about it. It's ridiculous, but that's when you get into that, FDA. So let's that's right from their homepage. That's that, you know, they are a bunch of double talking criminals. That's what they are. Control C. I'm going to send this on so that I can review it in more detail and see if we can get over here. Going over here. Clinical study. Okay, we're going to take this and we're going to forward this. We're going to send it to the top. Control V. Bam. Labeling. Whoop. Labeling. About labeling and CLA claims. Bam. Okay. Now we will review the process. Adhere as much as humanly possible, which it's a catch-22. And so it's illegal for them to do this. So I'm told, but they do it anyway, and the courts back them. Okay, let's see. And we're going to get out of there, and we're going to go back over here to Ustream. And we're going to check and make sure we're recording, and we are. Sometimes I think I'm recording and I'm not. And we're going to officially say hello. Control C. Control V. Update. Wow, it's already like 6 o'clock. Let's see if we can block off some of the light here a little bit. Maybe it'll make a better background. Let's find out if it does. Is that better? Is that better? I don't know. Maybe I need more light instead of less. I don't know. Let's see if this is better. Is that any better? Bam. Is that better? I don't know. I'm thinking it this might even have been better. Huh. Interesting. Okay. It's all right. It's like there's a light shining on me from somewhere, but there's not. Interesting. Okay. So let's get back over here and post this up on Facebook, invite people and to view me right there on Facebook. That was, colds flu thing. You got to have a bottle of that around. Earlier we talked about colds, flu, and nausea. Got to make sure that I write that down. All right, so what am I doing? Okay, we talked about that. We talked about structured claims, the FDA, and that baloney. You know, they're just restricting free trade and protecting the drug industry like as if they need it. They're the biggest bully boys on the block, and they don't need any protection. They got their own police force to beat up on anybody who's trying to do anything with natural remedies. It's ridiculous. And Americans shouldn't stand for it. We didn't stand for it in 1994. Well, guess what? The FDA is back, and they're worse than ever before. They are really on a rampage, and we really need Americans to stand up. And that's why I sued them, and I'm fighting them, and I need your help. Because I stood up, and I fought them, and I sued them. You didn't show up. I got about $600 or $700 in a year towards my legal fees, which were above $10,000. It wiped me out because I'm a pastor, and I've never taken any personal wealth from what I do. As long as I have a place to lay my head and I get to eat a regular diet, usually, of good, natural, healthy food, take my supplements, so forth, I'm happy. That's all I need. Place to sleep, take my supplements, help people, praise God all day long. That's all I need. That's it. I'm a happy guy. It's a little bit warm in here today. All right, so let's open the window. Okay, that'll help. Okay, matter of fact. Now, and we'll open a little bit more here so we can get some airflow. Okay, there we go. All right, now we got some airflow. So where are we here in the process of helping people? We need to come over here and take a look at who we need to call and find out what needs to go on. Did that. Okay, we talked about... Now, if that little girl has strep, let's go take a look at colds and flus a little bit here and stay on track with colds and flus. There we go. Getting out of that. Boy, our government. Our government really is something else. What's this? Oh, yeah, same as that. Okay, I can take and close that. Got a lot of windows open here. Okay, I'm on my way down the trail here. Okay. All right, let's go to. Oh, that's that one. Okay, that's all right. We'll instead go to this one. And there we go. That's where I want. So I'm here on this website, healthherbs.com. HEALTHHERBS. Healthherbs.com. I'm on the website, healthherbs.com. I'm going over to the menu on the left-hand side. It says conditions. Okay. Bam. I click on conditions. And let's click on colds and flus. Okay, here we go. When there's a cold and a flu, blow your nose often and the right way. It's important to blow your nose regularly when you have a cold rather than sniffling mucus back into your head and throat and down, and you're not getting rid of it. You're keeping it. So, but when you blow hard, the pressure can cause an earache. So don't blow hard. So you just have to drain it, while you blow gently to clear. You put one finger over the nostril and you blow it, okay? Trying to get everything out. Good news was nothing in there. That one too. Good news, see, there's nothing in there. But you don't want to really, be pushing it through there and honking away because you're going to hurt the ears. So just continue. If you need something to clear your nostrils, then it's called antiseptic sinus wash. And it will clear up the sinuses. And if there's any sinus infection, bye-bye. It's called antiseptic sinus wash. Let me see if I can find it here. Is it here? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, so many good ideas here. Yep, there it is. It's number 1073B. It's where you just snort these drops directly up into the nostrils right from the pipette, or you put them in one of those neti pot things, and get it and wash the sinuses out, and it kills the infection. What's in it? An antiseptic sinus wash. What's in it is bayberry root bark. What it does, bayberry is an astringent, and it dries everything up. So all of a sudden, instead of having all this inflammation where you all closed up from inflammation, it opens it all up because it shrinks the inflammation and helps to get rid of it. And the golden seal gets rid of the infection. And the myrrh gum gets rid of the infection. And the colloidal silver water gets rid of the infection. So, wow, antiseptic sinus wash. That's good stuff. So you can use a neti pot or just snort it directly into the sinuses. You can dilute it, if you want to dilute it, or you can take it straight. I take it straight. Some people would rather dilute it with a little colloidal silver water. Would be good. Okay. Here's one way of using it here. The instructions: shake well. Use 6 drops of the tincture, drip, 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 6 drops into a quarter of a cup of hot water. Not too hot. And let it sit until warm. Okay, now it's warm. Okay. Then use a neti pot to rinse out your sinus cavities by tilting your head back and to the side. And you can also use a dropper if you wanted to, just a drop. Either way, neti pot or dropper. And you can you could dilute it and just syringe it up out of the cup, a quarter of a cup of water and 6 drops of the tincture. You can do it that way, or if you're like me, you just full strength sniff at the same time, gets up into the sinus. When it's gone all the way down into the sinuses and all the way on the back of your tongue, and you can see your tongue is now yellow from the golden seal, then you've done it. You got all the way through there. It's all saturated with this bayberry bark, bayberry root bark, and golden seal and myrrh and colloidal silver. It's all saturated, and you can taste it on your tongue. Good. And you can do that as often as if it comes back and gets stuffy again, clear it up again. And pretty soon you won't have to clear it up anymore because it'll be gone. And by the way, it'll act as a natural antibiotic for the entire body. So you're going to feel really good when you're doing this. It's going to be destroying the bacteria and all the things that are dragging you down. It's going to lift you up and get rid of the bad guys. So funguses, bacteria, and hold those viruses down. So that's the antiseptic sinus wash. Wonderful product. Thank you, God, for allowing me to invent it. Let's talk about colds and flus. Okay, we talked about blowing your nose, and we got into that antiseptic sinus wash stuff that really works, even for the toughest sinus problems. It makes sinus surgeons not happy because they won't get any work if they knew about this. Or if they knew about it and didn't tell anybody, then they could have a lot of work, which seems to be the case. Stay rested. When you have a cold or a flu, like I told the nice lady, I said, rest, be sure and get her in there and keep her warm and get her in bed and so that she's resting. And because when you rest, when you first come down with a cold or the flu, it helps your body direct its energy towards the immune system rather than trying to keep you up and around and doing something, trying to work while you're sick. That is a bummer. So anyway, stay rested because otherwise you're battling and it taxes the body. And so give it a little help by lying down under a blanket and warm. And then gargle with colloidal silver water would be a good thing to gargle with because gargling can moisten a sore throat, and bring temporary relief. You can try a teaspoon of salt dissolved in warm water 4 times daily to reduce the tickle in your throat. You can try an astringent gargle, such as a tea that contains tannin, like bayberry bark, to tighten the membranes, or bayberry root bark. Okay, because this will tighten the membranes. Or use a thick, viscous gargle made with raw honey. Well, that's very popular because honey is got a lot of enzymes and it eats up bad things and gives you a little energy, and it's a true honey with everything all together. So it's it's good. Raw honey's good against burns and all kinds of things. Here's a recipe. Steep 1 tablespoon of raspberry leaves or lemon juice, 1 tablespoon, raspberry leaves or lemon juice in 2 cups of hot water, and mix with 1 teaspoon of raw honey. Let the mixture cool to room temperature before gargling. The honey should never be given to children less than 1 year old. We do not give children less than 1 year old honey. Do not give them honey. And never give a kid a bottle of soda pop. You're not their friend if you're handing them candy and soda pop. You're not their friend. Okay? You're hurting them and making them think that junk is okay and that you endorse it, and then they eat too much of it because it's addicting. And then if they don't get that 14th Pepsi before noon, before their 4th grade class, they will maul the teacher to get there. Okay, to get that 15th soda pop before noon because they're hooked. And it's just like booze. Drink hot liquid and lots of Kangen water. Because drinking hot liquid will relieve the nasal congestion, kind of the steamy, it'll drain. When it drains, spit it out. Okay? Don't re-swallow it, and don't let whatever wants to come out of your nose, don't let it get back up into the sinuses and down into the throat. Don't do that. Get rid of it. Please. Hot liquids relieve nasal congestion and help prevent dehydration. Dehydration is a problem with everybody. Almost everybody's dehydrated. We don't have time to have a drink of water. And then if we're drinking water, we don't have time to drink the right kind of water, like Kangen water. I got 2 glasses of it here. I gotta get going. Now I only have one. Okay, that helped. I needed that. And I don't feel full. Kangen water just goes right in. Right in. Just, you absorb it like a sponge. You don't slosh around. Okay. We're talking about drinking hot liquid. Because it's going to help to drain, it's going to help to prevent, it's going to help to prevent dehydration, and it can soothe the uncomfortably inflamed membranes that line your nose and throat. Now, you can take a steamy shower. Now, a steamy shower will moisturize your nasal passages and relax you. And if you're dizzy from the flu, run a steamy shower in the room while you sit on a chair nearby and take a sponge bath and get clean. So if that's the way you want to do it, but that'll do the same thing. You say, I don't want to go. You don't have to. Okay, right. Okay. Now, use a eucalyptus chest salve under your nose and on your chest. Oh, that's great. Yes, that's good. Maybe I should call that lady back and see if she's doing all of these things. Oh, well, I'll check in here a little bit later. So, a small dab of mentholated salve under your nose can open the breathing passages and help soothe the irritated skin around the nose. And the menthol, eucalyptus, and camphor all have mild numbing ingredients that may help relieve the pain of a nose rubbed raw. What? Okay. Hello?
Hi, Susan.
Yes, hello. Who's calling?
Hi. This is Chica from Michigan.
Oh, yes, yes. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm watching you on YouTube. Are you on right now?
Yes, I am. Can you?
Oh, yeah.
Did you find me live?
No?
No, you haven't. I'm on there live right now. I'm going to go up and check and make sure. I am here, Truman the Herbalist. Yep, it says that I am on right now, that I've been on for 57 minutes, and that I'm still broadcasting and recording. And it's, if you maybe you have to try to find Truman the Herbalist. I think you probably found my old archives or old stuff, huh?
Oh, maybe I did.
Yep, I think you're in all the yesterdays and the day befores and all the older videos, because they're all archived there, and that's what's great, is that we can talk about something like, I think, that we talked about a lot of stuff, and I think we saved it, and it's there.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, you can see me.
I just had to refresh my page to see. Okay, I see it live now.
You see me live?
Yeah.
Hey, no, I'm waving at you.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Okay, we made it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any kind of a question for me today?
Yeah, I wrote them down. I was going to call you yesterday, but you were speaking with the gentleman about asthma, and actually that was a really good information. I re-listened to it today, so I didn't get a chance to call in, but now I'm here, so I'll ask them. I wrote all my questions down there. I think they're pretty simple, but I'll let you be the judge of that. Yeah, I want to do a cleanse, so I'm going to get the colon and liver cleansing tea.
Yes.
And the daily health tea. My question was, can those two be mixed together?
Oh, yes. Yes. As a matter of fact, I use that daily health tea, and I put all my other teas or mixtures or tinctures. I always use the daily health tea. As a matter of fact, I have a 1 gallon a glass jug in my kitchen with a big wide mouth lid on it, and a spigot on the bottom of that glass jug, and I fill it full of all kinds of different tinctures, maybe a couple of hundred, and it's all the different things that I want, increase my circulation, and take a little extra milk thistle for my liver, and just on and on and on. Before I know it, I got a couple of hundred tinctures, all tincture extracts, all in this jug. So when I have a cup of Daily Health tea, then I stick it under that spigot and I put about an ounce of that in my cup. Then I go over to my Daily Health tea and I strain off and cover that tincture extract with that Daily Health tea and have a cup of tea. And that's exactly what this is right here. I still got a little bit left in there. Don't know if you can see, there's just a little bit left, but I'm gonna drink it. And the sediment I'm down to the sediment in the bottom. There's a lot because I had an ounce of tincture in a cup, about a 16-ounce cup of tea.
Okay, that answers my next question, because I was gonna ask if I can take all tinctures at once, but I guess yes. The answer is yes.
That's the miracle of what God created, or had me create, because God created it. But all of them work together. It's like you have a bunch of railroad cars that need to be pulled. And you just start putting one engine in front of it after another, and pretty soon you can move that whole line of cars, because you got about 10 engines or 20 engines pulling all those cars, and it pulls them real easy.
Right.
So that's kind of the same concept, that all of these things, all of these tinctures miraculously go together and work together. Especially when you're targeting specific herbs for particular nutritional benefits. If you really need to have herbs for the heart, great. And herbs for the circulation, that's going to help the circulation and the heart. And the heart's going to help the circulation. And so all the systems of the body are all hooked together anyway. And so if you're feeding various systems of the body, the respiratory system, the blood, the urinary tract, whatever, if you're working with everything, then that's wonderful, because the whole body says, thank you for recognizing that I am one whole, yet I am one whole complete person with many separate parts.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, so, but we always have to, whenever we add anything, we always need to be careful, make sure that we're getting the right amount. Me, I've done it for so long, I can do it in my sleep, but always start with a low amount of anything new in your diet. Make sure it agrees with you and you agree with it, and then take that dosage on up to where you're saying, that's the right amount for me. Now, for somebody else, they're going to say, oh no, I need more, or oh no, that's too much, I need less. But what you need is what you need, and we start with a little bit and we find out, because we're gentle.
Okay. My next question was, I have the anemia relief, but then I see there's a blood formula, and I am anemic pretty bad. So is one stronger than the other?
Let's take a look at the anemia formula and the blood formula. Okay. We're going to take a look at this, and we're going to go to conditions, or I'm on the website healthherbs.com, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look at anemia, and it's going to and anemia relief. That is our #1 anemia formula, because it has the herbs that are high in natural iron. The first herb in the anemia relief formula is yellow dock. It's 40% natural iron. And then we have dandelion root. That's got iron and a whole bunch of other minerals in it as well. And then there's barberry bark and parsley and alfalfa and myrrh and kelp. So it's loaded with herbs that are very dense in nutrients and vitamins and minerals, but especially it's focused to target on iron deficiency to make sure that you have all the available iron that you need. The dosage on that would be somewhere between 6 and 24 drops. I would start with the 6 drops 3 times a day and then increase it and then get your iron levels checked, and let's see, you know, where you are, if you need more or you need less. We need to make sure that you're getting a correct amount of iron. You don't want too much iron. You don't want too little iron. It's kind of like the pH balance of the body. It pretty near has to be perfect.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, because I saw on the bottle it says 6 to 12.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Then I saw on the website it said 24.
Yes, because you really might need to take it up even higher. But
okay.
So you know, a maximum dose for somebody who was totally iron deficient and really needed a blast of natural iron from plants. That would be about 60 drops 3 times a day, and you wouldn't want to do that for an extended period of time, maybe a week or 2, or a maximum a month, and by then you should be so saturated with iron that you need to bring down the dosage.
Okay.
So that's why we're going to keep it around 6 to 24, and we're going to make sure how you're doing with it, and then we might take it up to 30 drops, or if we're just having a tough time with it, we might do like 1 week of 60 drops, 3 times a day for a week, and then drop back to the 12 to 24 drops and see if that starts to saturate and level out the iron needs of the body.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any other question for me, my friend?
Yes, the herbal vitamin tincture, number 1354. Can be a substitute for the Mega Daily Vitamin? I have those capsules, but do you think that the capsules are more complete than the herbal tincture?
You say number 1352?
1354.
Ah, okay, that's what happened. Okay.
Can you substitute the...
I'm going to say that the herbal vitamins are there in more of a trace amount because you're getting a whole bunch of vitamin and mineral rich herbs that are going to supply some calcium, copper, folate, iron, magnesium, manganese, a lot of those kinds of things, but it's not going to give you as much nutrition as the multiple one-a-days, but it's going to be a lot easier to assimilate and digest and give you if somebody is sensitive to a multiple vitamin, they could use this because it would be softer on their metabolism, yet being the fact that it's sublingual and you put it right under your tongue, you're going to get 250 times more absorption than you would with a capsule. So what you are going to get is a real good dose of a lot of nutrients, but it will probably not be as complete as all of the things. I don't think it's as complete as all of the nutrients in the Mega 2 Daily or Mega 1 Daily with iron, and that's so. I'm kind of thinking that if you're going to do that, rather than the liquid, although I like it, because I think you'd get a more complete nutrition, with the Mega 1, Mega 2. I think that, and I think the Mega 1 is the one that has the iron in it.
Yeah, I take the Mega. I ordered the Mega 2 while you all were out, so I dumped the Mega 1 and I just take that 2 times a day.
Yeah, well, the thing about, let's see, the Mega 1, oh, that's iron free. So you needed the Mega 2, didn't you?
With iron, though.
Yeah, you need it with iron. So you need to go ahead and, take that. Take the Anemia formula would be good. That would really boost up the iron, and then you the more than you'd get in the Mega 2, because it's targeted. So that would round out your Mega 1, and you could use it up. Next time, order the Mega 2. Tell them to get it in for you, and send it to you when they get it, and then use up the Mega 1, taking the Anemia formula, and that's gonna give you a good supplement with lots of vitamins and minerals, more vitamins and minerals that you're going to get in the formula that's, of herbs, that is a multiple vitamin mineral herbal liquid. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on it.
I have this last question.
Okay.
Yesterday you mentioned Dr. John R. Christopher. So I looked him up and I really liked what he had to say. So I was looking into this school, and I'm thinking about becoming a master herbalist and taking the course. So what do you think about the School of Natural Healing? Is that a good school to start out with?
Yes, as a matter of fact, my daughter graduated from that school as a master herbalist, and that would be a good school. And you might even talk, my daughter Crystal, anytime you call down there to the office, if you have any question. And by the way, any of you that can get close to Albany, Oregon, and come and visit our offices and meet Crystal, she is a very gifted iridologist. Do you know what iridology is?
Oh, yeah, like seeing what's wrong with your body through your eyes.
You got it. A lot of people don't have a clue, but you got it. It's the science of reading the eye and being able to tell people exactly what the condition, emotionally, mentally, and physically. They can tell the total condition of the body, and it is one of the most incredible diagnostic tools that an herbalist could possibly have. So I anybody that I can get them to go and visit with Crystal and have her get out her great big expensive camera and take a picture of your eye and put it up on a great big screen, and then be able to show you each spot and why it's there and what it means. Wow, it's like a journey when you do that, and it's really a great diagnostic tool. It will tell you more about yourself than you ever thought you could find out. So be sure and visit Crystal if you're in Albany, Oregon, or when you can, and have her do an iridology report for you. She'll give you a complete workup, and it isn't expensive. We're not talking about $1,000 or $2,000. I think that she asks for a $75 donation.
Oh, that's really good.
It is. Well, we're a nonprofit Christian ministry, and that's just more proof that we're not here to try to get money out of people. Matter of fact, most people that come to us are just like us. None of us have any money.
Well, that makes that remind me when I'm purchasing items at full price. Does any of that money go to help with you fighting the FDA?
Well, we appreciate that, and those that can afford to buy at our discounted regular donation asking price, that's wonderful. I mean, if you can. But hey, if you're elderly and you're on a fixed income, or you've been sick and you've been out of work and stuff, hey, we help as much as we can. We give out discounts and because that's what a true ministry should be doing, and we do it, maybe a little more than we should, but it's hard to stop. If somebody needs something, you want to help them.
That's true. That's how I want to be when I get this certification. I want to do it exactly as you guys are, but currently I can't afford to pay for a price, and I just want. Well,
then we'll work with you, and we will work with you with love. Yeah. We appreciate all that you can do, and like I say, most people are in the same situation that we're in. We don't have any money because we truly help everybody we possibly can, and so I'm not worried about it. We have the Lord, we have each other, and you found somebody that cares, and we're just glad to show the love of the Lord.
Yeah. Well, thank you, truly, very much. That answers all of my questions.
Okay. Well, it's wonderful. Please call anytime and tell your friends we're live up here and wanting to help people. So send your friends, okay?
I sure will.
God bless you, my friend.
Thanks. God bless you too.
Thank you. Bye for now. That's sweet. People she's just such a nice lady. Okay, well, that's why you do this. It's such a labor of love for the heart and the soul, and you just want to that's what makes me happy. I'm willing to be chased around by the FDA, but I don't want to be. But I'm willing to suffer that for the Lord, just like the Lord suffered the cross. If that's what it takes for me to stand here and be here and help you, is to be chased around by our authorities telling me I can't help you and I can't help other people. If you can help me, and you can help me with my legal battle with a donation, God bless you and thank you very much. And if you can't, God bless you and thank you very much anyway. It's okay. Right? So, what were we talking about? I think we were really talking about colds and flus and stuff. But hey, we're pretty much running out of time here. Let me see if I can work my way back, though. Let me see if this one see if I find where I was. I think I left my page so far behind I can't go back and get it, but I might. What is this? That's the anemia relief. That's probably where I left anemia, all about anemia and all the different things. All of this information, it's on the website. This is what the authorities are so mad about, is that I am giving you so much information, 51 years of experience of natural remedies, and I'm giving it away free. And the authorities are infuriated. Please help me to get this information out to you. Don't let them stop me. Okay? So it went from there. Is this it? No, that's right. That's because it's not. We went from there to there, from there. There it is. It's right back. I'm going to finish this. And then we're going to wrap it up for tonight. And I'm going to go hang out with my 19-year-old daughter, Anna, who's just a really good person and fun to hang out with. So we hang out. And so we left off. We left off about drinking hot liquid and taking a steamy shower when there's colds and flus, and then using a eucalyptus chest salve, and because a small dab of this eucalyptus mentholated salve under your nose can open up the breathing passages and help soothe the irritated skin at the base of the nose, and the menthol, eucalyptus, and camphor all have mild numbing effects and ingredients that may help to relieve the pain of a nose that's rubbed raw. Then I'm almost at the bottom. There's only 8, and I'm at 7 now. These are the 7 critical things that you should be doing when there's a cold and a flu. Apply hot or cold packs around your congested sinuses. if you're really having a problem with those congested sinuses, hot or cold packs, along with snuffing the antiseptic sinus wash. All of these things will get the severe sinus congestion that's giving you this throbbing headache that makes you feel like your head's a couple of sizes too large. Well, then you're doing this, hot or cold packs will help, and either temperature, hot or cold, may help you feel more comfortable. And you can buy reusable hot or cold packs at a drugstore, or you can make your own. Take a damp washcloth and heat it for 55 seconds in the microwave. Bam, you've got a hot, moist cloth. Test the temperature before you put it on. So we don't want to burn you. Test the temperature before you apply it. Take a small bag of frozen peas to use as a cold pack, because as the peas soften up a little bit, they will surround themselves and they will fit in ergonomically right to your face. And so peas are great as a frozen pack. Okay, hot moist cloth in the microwave, or just get it hot. Suggested products. Okay, if there's a cold or flu, that was it. That was 7. That's all with 7 ideas. The best 7 ideas to help when there's a cold and a flu. Here's the 8th. The 8th is get that colloidal silver water and be sipping it and gargling with it throughout the day until this cold or flu is gone. And you never go beyond 30 days. If you don't get rid of a cold or flu within 7 to 10 days, something's going on. Okay, and you better start looking at what else is going on. Maybe there's serious illness here. So and you don't want to use colloidal silver water in higher doses for more than 10 days, 20 days, 30 days is max. Then you've got to back off and use other antibiotics, because colloidal silver, if it's still needed, which I don't know why it would still be needed, but so there it is, number 7997, colloidal silver water. Use it as directed on the label. Get a colloidal silver generator. Take it anywhere in the world with you. I invented it about 30 years ago, and it has just 3 9-volt batteries, and it comes with everything included. It's the least expensive colloidal silver generator, colloidal silver water making thing you can get. There are more expensive ones that tout this and that, and theirs is this and that. This one just flat works, and it's $79.95, and it's time proven. 30 years, and then people keep buying them and taking them overseas, and they just plunk them down on the counter anywhere in the world, and they put those silver rods down on a glass of water, about an inch apart, all the way down in as far as you can go. Water all the way as far up to the top as you can get it. Distilled water is best. And 10 minutes. Hi! 10 minutes, you got a glass of colloidal silver water. So, and which is a natural antibiotic. You say, well, how does it work? Colloidal silver attaches itself to a virus, a fungus, a bacteria, attaches itself to that bad cell and disables the oxygen. Cell dies. Never builds up in immunity. If that was a drug, that was an antibiotic, kills the cell, but then it wears out. And then the other cell says, oh, I think I'll just get stronger. Then the next time that antibiotic comes around, I'm not going to work. And that's what's happening. Antibiotics are getting less and less and less effective against more and more and more infections and problems and viruses and funguses and bacteria. So that's a problem. It's a big problem for the pharmaceutical industry. It's not a big problem for the herbal industry, because we got colloidal silver water. It's natural. We got golden seal. It's natural. We got echinacea. We got all these herbs that are garlic. So natural. Of course, the minute we mention this, oh, the FDA will get you. The FDA go get this bad herbalist who said that garlic is a natural antibiotic. You know, there are people that do this. I must be a lot of them, because I got a lot of FDA guys chasing me around. I need your help on that. Please, a donation if you can. So that colloidal silver water is excellent. Then there's this tea. It's called Daily Health Tea, number 4227. You can get a spice with cinnamon, raspberry, orange, ginger, stevia. It tastes delicious. Or you can get plain, just pau de arco tea. You can get it with a little stevia. Just pau de arco. Pau de arco bark. Those all. This is going to give you an excellent tea that will be a base for anything you want to put in it. For the liver, for the heart, or anything, put it in your daily health tea and drink it down. And you combine them all together. You have to take 15 or 20 herbs, because you got 15 or 20 things you're trying to work on all at the same time. Not that all those things are wrong at the same time, but if you give more than one system support at the same time, it all helps synergistically. I mean, let's face it, a gang of great products helping you is to beat up on a gang of bad illnesses isn't such a bad idea. You know, more the merrier, as long as it's appropriate. You know, everything you got a certain health disorders, certain things work for it. For instance, here is a natural antibiotic formula, and boy, does this make them evil people who chase me around, makes them mad, because I named this herbal tincture antibiotic formula. Guess what's in the antibiotic, natural antibiotic herbs? Guess what's in it? Well, I'm getting there. I know what it is. It's echinacea, golden seal, pokeroot, and cayenne. Guess what's in there? Yep, yes, echinacea, golden seal, pokeroot, and cayenne. That's the formula. And wow, you can use it topically or internally for infections, inflammation, and so forth. And oh boy, does that, see, that's the new word for the FDA. You can't say anything is good against an inflammation. Is that ridiculous? And is that ornery and mean and vile and evil, to stop people from getting natural anti-inflammatories in place of only thing you can buy as a drug? Boy, these people make me mad.